past with Marquez. Is that ultimately when you were deciding between Marquez and Bradley? Is that where really you kept coming back to that made you say, okay, it's going to be Marquez, or was it the money?
Ronnie, what do you want to see in this fight?
I choose to pick Marquez because it's going to be an exciting fight. Because our last 3 fights is close fight. And people, they're going to be excited also to see a good fight. And because if I choose Bradley, which is the fight that we had the last fight, it's a very one-sided fight.
Yeah.
So if we pick again Bradley, it's gonna be no. I don't think people will watch again that fight.
You have a lot of respect for Juan, right? For Marquez, you respect him a lot. Do you respect him too much?
Yes, I think we take light on the last 3 fights and on our last fight because we underestimate him because we've been fighting a big guy like De La Hoya, Miguel Cotto, and the other Margarito, and then now we're fighting with Marquez. So we underestimate him and we take light. We didn't use the plyometric things, and then the result, the night of the fight, he's bigger than me.
He was? He was bigger than you?
Yeah.
How much of this was based on your actual admiration for Marquez? I mean, this is a guy you really have high feelings about, great feelings about, and wanting to reward him one more time too with another fight.
Marquez is a good fighter also. He's a good counter puncher, and I know his style well, but I know how to fight of his style. But if I fight wisely, it's gonna be a boring fight because to fight a counter puncher, you have to be a counter puncher also. So it's gonna be boring, waiting for any one of us will go punches first and then counter. So it's gonna be boring. So it has when we fight each other, it has one of us should be aggressive to make the fight good.
And you're going for the knockout in this fight. Do you feel like that's something that you want?
That's our focus this time. That's our focus. Not we don't know. I'm not gonna say I'm knocking him out, but that's our focus to make the fights shorten, so the doubts of the people will not.
Manny, you talked about you want to show the hungry Manny Pacquiao like when you were 24 and 25. Do you feel in your recent fights you haven't had that same hunger?
On the recent fight that I had, I take light and confidence, and I feel I take easy if I beat my opponent easily. I take easy, not like before. I never take light in the fight.
You think if you and you said you know his style. You think if you and Marquez were to fight, let's say 10 times, do you think you would give the same performance as far as, or is this your focus to knock him out this time?
My focus is to make the fight short. So, but the style of Marquez, I know how to fight his style, but my concern is how to make people happy on our performance. I don't want the fight is done, but I don't want that the fight will be finished and then people will get bored and they're not satisfied.
What weight are you looking at as far as to meet Marquez at? Has it been talked about yet, or are you guys?
Sorry?
Your weight. How's your weight leading to the fight? How are you going to prepare yourself with the weight?
Contract's 147.
Contract at 147.
Manny, what made you take this fight? It's like you could have fought Bradley, you could have fought Marquez. What made you take this fight instead of Bradley?
I chose Marquez because it's going to be an exciting fight. People will be excited. If I choose Bradley, I don't think people will will interesting to watch the fight.
So do we not see that rematch anymore? You're not interested in it?
What?
In a rematch with Bradley eventually? Do you want to take that fight again, or you're not interested anymore?
What I proved to Bradley, what I need to prove to Bradley. I did my I did good in our last fight. The fight is one-sided fight, and I didn't even get 100% focus and take light on a few rounds in the Bradley fight, and still the fight is still one-sided.
What do you plan to do differently this time against Marquez? You fought him 3 times. I know you say you want the knockout, but what do you think you could do different that you haven't done in the last 3 fights?
We have to decide, train aggressive and counter-puncher. We have to practice that, be a good counter-puncher and be aggressive.
And Manny, one thing, I know you said 50 Cent that you guys have a partnership promotional. Can you talk a little bit about that? What's going on with that? A lot of people are wondering what's going on with that promotional deal you guys got going on.
We just talking. We're just talking.
You said you wanted to bring out the hungrier Pacquiao, the one that earlier back when you were 24, 25. Are you going to train for longer weeks to bring that out, or how is that going to work for you?
I think you don't need to train long. As long as you train 2 months, that's enough. That's enough. It depends how you discipline yourself in training.
How about keeping it in LA the whole time too? Because you will go back.
Yeah, that's my decision to train here, and I don't know if Brady agree for that.
Yes.
Manny, does this fight bother you?